Evening, guys. It's been a while. So I have just cleared all my messages up to about 8:15, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to come on. I'm going to do a live because I haven't done a live for ages. So I'm going to leave it for 30 seconds, 60 seconds ish, just to wait until people come on. And then I want to talk about, well, a couple of things really. I want to talk about how weight loss occurs because there's a lot of people out there that are just completely uneducated on the matter, and I want to talk about how so obviously understanding how weight loss occurs, but then understanding maybe the reasons why you're not losing weight and some of the mistakes that people make. Been chatting with my coaches all night, supporting them through different sometimes complex issues, sometimes not, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go on, I'm going to talk about how weight loss occurs to answer that question nice and quickly, because a lot of people that follow us understand that. But then I'm going to answer any questions that you guys might have whilst raising the obvious mistakes that I see all the time and my team see all the time on why you are not losing weight. Because I feel like weight loss is understood much better now, although I still get lots of people say to me, oh, but you have to exercise to lose weight, right? Or you have to cut out carbs, you have to do this. And it's like, no, you don't have to do those things. So let me just explain straight off the bat how weight loss occurs, and it's very simply put. So weight loss occurs in a calorie deficit. In other words, you need to consume less calories than your body requires to achieve weight loss. Simple as that. So imagine it on a set of scales, okay? So you've got energy coming in here, and you've got energy going out there, okay? If this one is higher than this one, then the scales will tip, and this will mean that you put weight on. Just like if this one is lower, the scales will tip and you'll lose weight. Simple as that. So if the energy in is less than the energy going out, you'll lose weight. And it is as simple as that, okay? When you come on, please say hello. Please hit like if you wouldn't mind. Yeah, and I'm going to get into, I'll probably say the more important parts about the mistakes that people make, because I'm hoping that lots of people watching this go, yeah, do you know what? I understand how weight loss occurs, but I'm not losing weight. Like, what's going on? Like, you're telling me I need to consume less calories than my body requires, but I feel like I'm doing that and it's not working. But hello, Kerry. But I'm here to tell you that you're not, and these are the reasons why. Okay, so one of the things I want people to consider, and I love the fact that I'm talking to you guys and I can't see who's on. Obviously there's people saying hello, and that's great, and I will get to the questions, and any questions that you've got, just fire away and I will come back to them shortly. But the people that are watching, you know, you guys are watching in your own home. I'm not asking you face to face, I'm not asking you over the phone. I'm asking you to do something in the comfort of your home that, you know, you don't even have to respond to this. I just want you to do it. But I want you to ask yourselves how honest you are with yourself, how honest you are with your tracking, how honest you are with everything that you do around your goal. Because one of the big mistakes that I find with people is that they're just not honest with themselves. And when they're having good days, they want to scream it from the, you know, the rooftops. So like all over Facebook, all over Instagram, look what I'm doing, look how good I am. Fantastic. And it's like, great. And I love that. And I love the fact that people are proud about what they do. And that's awesome. However, as soon as a bad day comes along and they overconsume or they don't achieve their steps or something goes wrong, they're like, do you know what? I'm not going to post that. I'm not going to own it. I'm going to hide away. I'm not going to talk to anyone about it. And I'm going to almost like pretend it's never happened. And that's not getting you anywhere. You're not being honest with yourself. You're not being honest with the situation that you're in. And guess what, guys even. Guess what, guys? If you can't be honest with yourself and you can't own the fact that you're going to have days where you're going to struggle, you're probably going to go round and round in circles. Like, I mean, genuinely round and round in circles, because the high days are going to happen. Like, you're going to feel good. There's going to be days where you're motivated, and that's awesome. But there's going to be days where you're not. And it's those days that are more important than the days that you aren't, okay? So when I say about being honest, I mean genuinely be honest. Also, from an honesty perspective, how many of you people, and please, if you're brave enough to comment, then please do comment. But how many of you will pick at food or have a certain type of food and go, it doesn't count, no one's going to know, and you won't track it? because I know there are a shit ton of you out there that do this. Like, so many of you do this, and you go, oh, I'll just have that. It's not too much. It doesn't matter. It does matter. And then you record a certain amount and you go, oh, yeah, I've had a good day. And you're going, right, you know, I've adhered to my calories here. This is great. I'm definitely going to lose weight. And then you forget as you go through the weeks and months that you've been picking at things and picking at things. And I spoke to someone about this the other day, and we worked out that their picking through the day was probably about 400 calories. So it was the best part of another meal. So please, guys, be honest with yourself. One of the reasons people don't lose weight is because they're adamant they're in a calorie deficit, but they're not even being honest with themselves. So just be honest with yourself. Anyway, point number 2, people over-guess or over-inflate, I guess, the amount of exercise and activity that they actually do. Okay, so they'll put their information into a calorie calculator online. It's just an online thing. It's just an algorithm, and they go, yeah, I'm pretty active. I've got a couple of kids. You know, I run after them. I've got a full-time job, and they completely misunderstand the point in activity levels. So they go, right, I'm busy, so therefore I'm active. And that is absolutely not the case. Absolutely not the case at all. You can be a busy person and be inactive. Okay, so let me say that again. You can be a busy person and be inactive. You could be an office-based, you know, senior manager, whatever, and you're working 12-hour days, you get home, you might have some kids, put them to bed, you know, play around with them, do whatever you need to do, but you might only rack up 5,000 steps in a day. I'm here to tell you that does not mean you're an active person. It just means that you're a busy person. Being a busy person doesn't mean you're an active person, but you can also be a busy person and be an active person. And Tracy Clark's put her hands up, and Tracy Clark is my wife's mother, so I must be careful here. But I think from memory, I think we've had this conversation. So she's a senior manager on a park, and she actually does do a lot of steps. She does a huge amount of steps because she's going from like place to place and she's putting out fires and dealing with problems. But I also imagine there's days where she's office based and she's dealing with a lot of problems, but she's actually not moving around that much. So yeah, be very, very careful, guys, with how you view your activity levels, because just because you're running after your kids all day, if that only racks up 6,000 steps, then guess what? It's not actually that active. So that's number 2. And the third one that I just want to make clear to you is tracking issues. So lots of people track their calories, and that's awesome. Tracking your calories gives you information about the food that you're consuming, and that can be a game changer for a lot of people, because a lot of people go, oh, I don't eat that much. Then they track it and go, wow, fuck, I didn't realize I was eating that much. So, you know, tracking food can be really, really good. I personally feel it should be a short-term tool for a long-term goal, but there are some people that would probably like to track longer term, and that's also fine as well. It's an individual thing. But the problem is that people think they track properly, and they don't. They don't. And there's all sorts of problems that people fall into. So for example, people will say to me, oh, pasta, is it the amount weighed dry or is it cooked? Because obviously there's a significant difference there. They put, I don't know, what have I got in the cupboards? Don't even know what I've got. What have I got that I could use as an example? Not a lot. Well, sauces, there you go. So a serving, you could put a serving in to MyFitnessPal, and the serving on the sauce jar could be 1/4 of the jar, but you put the whole jar in. So you're putting into MyFitnessPal that you're having 1 serving because you view it as 1 meal, but actually you're having 4 servings and you're not using MyFitnessPal properly. And this is one of the things that me and my team do. We will get into the detail of that stuff, and often people go, I've been having 1,200 calories for 3 months now and I've not lost any weight. And we're like, yeah, you've not been having 1,200 calories. And people fall into this error and this trap, and it's absolutely fine to do that. It's human, but what we want to do is limit those errors, because if you continually do it, you are going to end up getting very, very frustrated. And then you're going to point the finger and go, oh, calorie deficit, fuck off, you know, it doesn't work. And it's like, it does work, It's just you're not working with it properly to, and you're not tracking properly, you're not doing the things that you should be doing, essentially. So anyway, look, that's that. I want to answer some questions now. So what questions have you guys got? So let's scroll up because there's lots of people on. So lots of people saying hello, which is good, which is nice. If you haven't hit like, please hit like. If Claire's watching, which I doubt, bless, Claire has just, a couple of days ago now, she, well, that is just to be fair, but she's successfully given birth to twins. So I've helped her through her whole pregnancy from a nutrition perspective. And it was such a nice moment to see the pictures. It was so nice to see them all happy and smiling and healthy. So hopefully she'll watch this back. Picking off the kids' dinners, lunches, the odd chicken nugget. Yeah, absolutely, Alexandra. So yeah, that's a typical mum thing. So you're making dinner and you go, oh yeah, have a bit. Yeah, or look, the kids leave that, I'll just have that. And then you don't track it. And then imagine, like, if you do that every day, let's just say Monday to Friday, and that's an additional 200 calories per day, that's an additional 1,000 calories across your week. And you're going, oh, no, I'm definitely tracking properly. And it's like, no, you're not. So yeah, be careful with that one. That used to be me, as I did dishonesty, sorry. My mind towards this is changing for the better. Fantastic. Not saying it won't happen again. Becky, no one's perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's about making progress and it's about owning it. I said something to Kerry tonight, which she said, please use that in your life. It's bloody brilliant. And I said to her, I'm just reading off my laptop. I said to her, it's better to temporarily hurt someone with the truth than allow them to be comfortable with a lie. And she was like, that's a brilliant quote. You must use that. And I was like, because she was working with someone that clearly wasn't tracking quite properly. And she said, oh, I know, how do I go about that? Like, I feel like I need to be quite direct. And I was like, yes, you do need to be direct. And it's better to temporarily, not that we want to upset anyone, of course, but I prefer someone be upset temporarily and then get success long term than be in a position where they think they're doing the right thing and they're not, just because the coach doesn't have the bollocks to tell them that actually, for your own good, I kind of need to make you feel a bit uncomfortable right now, but this is for the long-term goal. So yeah, that was quite cool. What have we got? Lots of people watching, saying hello. I've learnt the hard way with this weighing. Opened my eyes yet. Good. Lots of people were waving. I finally figured out. Took long enough. Yeah, Kay, bless. So Kay's a great example. So Kay's popped on to say hello and say that, she figured this out the hard way. I had a FaceTime chat with Kay about a month ago now, and bless her, she was just, lots of people do this. She was just making an honest mistake where she wasn't tracking her drinks. And I said to her, okay, well, let's get into the detail of the drinks. And because she's a key worker and she's doing a fantastic job doing what she's doing, keeping everyone healthy, etc., she was being given free coffee and bits and bobs from Costa and Starbucks. And we figured it out, and she was having the best part of 600 calories a day in coffee and drinks because they were the higher calorie ones, and she wasn't tracking it. It happens, but understand that if you're not losing weight, it's not because of your hormones. It's not because of some magical starvation mode that's been created by uneducated people. It's not about those things. It's about you not doing the basics right and you simply not being in a deficit. But finding the reasons out might mean that you need a skilled person behind you to ask the right questions, okay? Thank you for popping up, Kay. That's awesome. Sophie, it really bugs me when packets only give calories for cooked weight. Weighing cooked doesn't make sense. I completely agree, Sophie. I completely agree. It really irritates me as well. And I actually, if I'm getting a pasta or something, ideally I want a pasta that's going to give me the dry weight, because also if you guess the weight it's going to be when it's cooked, there's definitely an element of risk and error that's going to happen there. So yeah, I completely agree with you. Martin's watching, Tanya's watching, cool. Kelly, loved that, great. Very good quote, and definitely hit me hard with the honesty and even cried up. So I try not to make people cry, so thanks for that, Emma. That's not the idea. But I mean, the thing is, the changes that we're making as coaches and as a program to people's lives are genuinely life-changing. Genuinely life-changing. You know, we've helped so many people in so many different ways. And I always say a good coach isn't afraid to tell you the things that you need to hear. And it doesn't mean they have to be an asshole about it. That's not the point at all. But some people need to hear those things. And obviously the message being delivered needs to be professional and needs to be appropriate. But I mean, I just think if it was me, if it was the other way around, I just want to be, tell me how it is. Tell me how it is, because I just want to know. Like, if I don't know, I can't change it. So yeah, the idea is we don't make lots of people cry though. So anyway, Kai, looking forward to getting started. Yes, looking forward to getting you started tomorrow. Will, really enjoyed this plan so far. Thank you, my pleasure. Zina's watching. Emma, it's okay, I needed it. There you go. And that's the thing. And we're all adults, right? So, you know, you might not have fully appreciated it at the time. Maybe you did, I don't know. But the fact that you can look back now and go, do you know what, I needed to hear that, and I'm in a better place because of it. I hope most people would respect that. And do you know what? If you do, if you could hit that like button, that would be amazing. I'm doing enough exercise. Good. Shelley, I'm definitely much happier with how I'm understanding things now. Perfect. Right, we're going to leave it there. Much love. If you wouldn't mind hitting share, that would be amazing. Last one, because this one looks like a good one. Doesn't underactive thyroid have an impact? Yes, if it's not medicated appropriately. If you have medication and it's being appropriately addressed, then it really, I mean, it might have a small impact in respect to getting the medication right for an underactive thyroid is an art, and that's something your GP would do. But often that medication needs to change, and often there's a certain amount of trial and error from a GP's perspective. So yes, it can have an impact, but if it's medicated, then it shouldn't. And if it does, and you followed an appropriate deficit for some time, it's actually a really good thing to be able to go to your GP and go, look, I've been working with a nutritionist for some time now. I should have lost weight and I haven't. He or she is concerned that my medication is not doing its job. Can I please have a review? That's an awesome thing to say. So, whereas if you just go to the doctors and go, yeah, I just can't lose weight, I'm not doing anything much about it, I'm not working with anyone that's qualified, I think my medication's wrong, they're probably not going to take you seriously. Kelly, it's why I love your brutal, but it definitely helps. We love your brutal, but definitely helps. Good. I don't think I'm too brutal. I'm coming across as a monster. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. If you wouldn't mind hitting share, or at least like on the way out, maybe even tag a friend that might want to see this, because this is, you know, going to be really good information to them. That'd be amazing. Take care. Have a lovely evening, and speak to you soon.